So what we're going to do now is we're going to keep going down the head. So now we come to the sinus. And you'll find many people with sinus problems. And in the Mayo Clinic in the 1990s, a group of doctors discovered that sinus problems are due to fungus. And we had an ear, nose and throat specialist nurse do our program, and she said, you wouldn't believe the green slime we pull out of people's sinuses. And she said the doctors acknowledge it is a fungus. So why is it growing there? Why? It's usually because the person has a wheat, dairy, might be oat, peanut allergy. And whenever there's an allergy, excess mucus. Have you heard people snorting? People snort a bit when they're, the snort. They might do it when they've got a cold, but some people just do it all the time. Do you know that you know what that tells me straight away? They've got an allergy. Because when there's an allergy, the body makes excess mucus. So if a person's eating these foods and they've got this excess mucus, blowing their nose all day, or maybe blowing it every morning, that tells me they've got an allergy. But do you know what else is happening? They don't know that. Sometimes people think this is life, I just do this. So what's happening up here? We're getting a little bit of irritation, we're getting a little bit of damage. Now our cells evolve into a bacterial and then fungal form to clean up the waste. Can you see the evolution of the fungal developing there? That's the main reason. Because if fungus is living up there, there's a reason. Sometimes it can be breathing in mould or breathing in chemicals, causing irritation there, causing the excess mucus. And sometimes that's fed because the person's drinking Coca-Cola every day. And can you see it can be a whole lot of factors? Whole lot of factors. So to heal sinus, number one, in case of sickness, cause should be ascertained. Number two, wrong habits corrected. Unhealthful conditions changed. Get out of the mouldy house. Change jobs so you're not breathing in chemicals all day. Change the diet. Then nature is to be assisted in her efforts to expel impurities and re-establish right conditions in the body. And what they can do is they can breathe in hot steam, you know, that old hot steam. But you know what, most people, they get relief while they're breathing in the hot steam with maybe a bit of eucalyptus oil on, but you notice 10 minutes later it's clogged again. The reason is they don't end the treatment with cold, ice cold wipes over their face. Because they finish the treatment, now they've got these open pores and this hot skin that can chill against cold air. Every hot treatment should be finished with cold water. But what they can also do is they can sniff goldenseal powder. Because what's our sinus lined with? Mucus. And remember what mucus is? What the tonic to mucus is? Goldenseal. So we get them to put a little bit, see there's a little dip in the hand there, and it's traditionally was called the snuff dip, because in the old days people would put their snuff there and sniff. So they can use their little snuff dip. I've got quite a nice one. Nice little dip there. But what you have to do is they have to go to a mirror so that they can see when their nostril is over their little snuff dip. And you just put the tiniest amount in. You only want to put a tiny amount in. Remember, this stuff's expensive. And you don't need much. Just a tiny little pinch. And they don't go... Otherwise, they'll feel like the top of their head's going to explode. It's just little sniffs. Just little by little sniff it up, and you can tell when it's hit the mark because there's a bitterness in the back of their throat. And then a little bit more on, and I was doing one lady one day. She said, "Is this right?" and breathed out, and the goldenseal. Oh, no. You don't want to lose the goldenseal. It's like gold. It's like gold dust. It's the colour of gold dust, actually. It's brilliant yellow. So how often would they do that? Or they could do that, 2 or 3 times a day. If it brings relief, do it more. Encourage them not to blow their nose for about 10 minutes. Let it sit up there. Keep sniffing. Keep it up, and maybe then blow their nose. And when they blow their nose, it'll be fluorescent yellow from the goldenseal snuff. Now, what are we doing there? King of tonics to warm mucous membranes. It helps those mucous membranes to heal, but it cleans it up. You see that? So this nurse that came to us, that was a ear, nose and throat specialist nurse, they get the same people coming back every 5 years to have this clean out. So if you don't turn the tap off, the whole problem's going to continue. So we had a lady attend our program, and she had very, very painful sinus, to the point that she was on pain-killing medication every day. She was probably about 38, she was a little overweight, and we looked at her diet. Yeah, tick, 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 yes, she's eating all the allergens. She didn't know. So she came back a year later, and we told her what to do: stop the foods, start sniffing the goldenseal, and she started to do that with us. She came back a year later, and when she came in, I didn't know it was her. She'd lost 10 kilos. She looked amazing. She said, "You don't remember me, do you?" And I said, "I'm trying." And as she spoke, I started to recognise her face. She said, "My life has just turned around." She said, after leaving Misty Mountain, she said, "I have not taken one painkiller." You see, the pain was due to the sinus, the block in the sinus. She said, "I've lost weight, as you can see." She said, "You wouldn't believe the quality of life I now have. Do you know life should be good? It should be good every day of our life." She said to me, "My mother was getting very concerned. She thinks I lost too much weight." Mind you, she looked good. So she insisted I have blood tests. She said the blood tests come back perfect. It was a lovely story of how someone struggled for so long and yet had an incredible turnaround.